Hello everyone, it's Carol with Scrap-a-Dub-a-Doo. We're here to finish work on the Heartfelt creations. I don't think we'll get it done because there's a lot to do. So let's get started. We're gonna work on the first flip and fold. And the way I do my albums is I always like to go ahead and put all my papers on everything and then go back and add my photos and decorate around them so I know what kind of embellishments I want. So here we go. We're going to put some red cardstock down, and these are cut at 4 by 6 1/8, and I already cut the 3 to go across here so we could get going. Jenny, are you still buried in snow? The weather just seems to be crazy. I know, Jean Marie, it's been a month. So, and I got to get going on it because my mother-in-law's birthday is May 5th. And so I really want to have this done. So I think next week I am going to follow Gwen and work on it some more. So we're just going to add our red, and then we'll go back and figure out pattern paper to go across it. And I'm just using my ATG gun to glue these down. Oh, that's good, Jenny, because it looked like you guys were getting really slammed. So I'm just going to line these up so that they're even. And get them going. We have had beautiful weather here. We broke records yesterday. It was up around 83 degrees. And it was sunny, and I was so blessed because we're tearing the deck off the back of our house. We figured it's like 25 years old, and it's starting to break down. And so we're going to be doing some remodeling. So we're going to tear the deck off, move it down to where it's underneath a window, and we're going to put a sliding glass door in, and then I can start doing some kitchen remodeling. So it's going to be a big process and probably take us a couple years, but we're getting to it. Okay, so I've got my red cardstock on, and I also have one in the very back. And so I'm going to also add some red here. And these are cut at 4 by 6 1/8. And on my 12 by 12 paper, I'm going to cut my 4 first, because then I know I'm going to get 3 4s out of it. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a long process, but my kitchen has got to get some updates. And you know what they say about a shoemaker's son? Well, I am a cabinet maker's wife. And so, of course, my cabinets are falling apart, and you can't open up the silverware drawer without it falling off. Yes, this is the Blue Fern Timeless Paper. Thank you, Heather. Oh no, Jim Marie, come and bring your work boots. You can go to work with us. Dan's parents are snowbirds, and so they're just getting back from California, and they haven't been feeling well. And so we went over Saturday before we started our deck and worked in their yard and got everything done for them so that they could just go and sit and enjoy it. So, okay, so I'm going to start covering my pockets. And we've got one pocket here. I'm going to make this one into a pocket, and I'm also going to make this one into a pocket. So I'm going to glue these down real quick and get my clips put on them so that they dry. And I'm using the quick dry glue, and I'm using the fine line glue bottles. And I washed my tips, and so I got a little bit of runny to them. And the way that I wash these tips is I take this cap off like this and just unscrew it. And I take this part and I take the pokey part and I put it in a dish of hot water, and I heat the water up in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm still getting some real runny glue here. So, and I let them sit in the hot water for about 5 minutes, and that'll melt all of the glue. Okay, now we're good to go. And then you can push those pins into them and clear out your caps, and that way it keeps a nice flow going, because I find that the flow slows down after a little while. And I'm just going to smooth this out a little bit. And I'm going to add some clips. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And so in order to keep them flowing fast, that's how I do it. And I just do it regularly, about once a week. I just go ahead and pull them into the kitchen and get them cleaned out, because there's nothing worse than not being able to put that tip into it. Okay, so on my flaps, this one I'm going to cut paper at 2 by 6 1/8. And because I want it decorative, I'm going to take the piece of paper with the bird on it, and I'm going to use the bird portion of it. So, first thing I'm going to do is cut my 6 1/8 length. Go a little above. And then I'm going to cut it at my 2 to get the bird. And that way we've got the bird on here. So I'm going to ink my edges. Joanne, they are the best glue bottles. This is the Blue Fern Studio Timeless Papers. And then I also have a cardstock pack that I've put together, and it is in with the Blue Fern paper. Blue Fern, I think, does more of like the chipboard die cut type things and a few papers. Hi, Ash. Okay, so we're going to put this one on this flap. And I've cut them to where they're a little smaller so some of the craft cardstock sticks out behind it. They just sent me a preview too on a new paper that they have, so I'm going to get that ordered because I know Ash will go nuts over it. Okay, so this one didn't want to stick down very well. So we'll have to hold it for a minute. Joanne, I used 2 sets. I used the D and the C. And I have a previous recording of where I added the inserts to the book. I know, Ash bought me out the first time. Okay, so now I'm gonna cover this flap. And on the bottom of that paper was a nice little gate. So I'm gonna work on putting that gate on there. And once again, I'm gonna cut it at 1 3/4 by 4. So I'm gonna get my 4 inches cut first. Are you guys able to see me okay? And because I want the top of the gate rather than the bottom, I'm going to cut it here and then cut my 1 3/4. Maybe I want a little more than that. Okay. Okay, so I got most of the gate in there. That'll look pretty sweet there. They really have had some beautiful papers. We have 2 of their papers. We have Serendipity, and then, which is a different one, and then we have this one, which is the Timeless. And they are both equally beautiful. Okay, so we're going to add this here. And then on this, I'm going to kind of try and do a plain one so that they could do journaling. So this is rather a plain piece. And these are all bits and pieces that we had left from covering our pages. Oh, Joanne, I hate to hear that. Glad you're back. And this one is 1 3/4 by 4 again. So I'm going to make sure that I've got the 4. And then I'm going to do my 1 3/4. Everybody get their taxes done? Ah! I'm going to put this one up on top. And that way that leaves a good spot for journaling. And you can add a picture, but now we need to cover the inside too. So I'm just going to take that same paper and cut another 1 3/4 piece and put it on the inside of it. Bye, Ash. Hi, Carrie. Okay. So that covers our first fold. Oh, nope, I gotta put a paper on this. Since we have the garden gate on that one, let me look through and see what I can find that will look good. And like I said, I am just using all of these, are all leftover pieces from where we covered our pages. So for the most of the flaps and folds, I am just going to use these. Ooh, I like that one. But I like that one too with the pansies. I think I'll use that one with the pansies. So I'm gonna cut it. That'll leave my birds too for later. I won't get them. And I am using the Vintage Photo. It's my favorite. It's probably the one that you will find me using the most often. Oh, and for you, those of you who are waiting for the crazy cat stamps, they're finally available and will be probably shipping to me sometime this week. So I should have them next week. Okay, so we've got our first flap done. And even with all the cardstock and everything on there, our magnet still holds pretty tight. But I think I want to go and put a pattern paper over top of this one because I don't like the stark red. So I'm going to go back and pick one out. We've got pansies over there. And since I saved the birds off of this one, I think that'd match in with that one pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I am going to cut this one at... Let's see, I'm going to go 3 3/4 by 5, just shy of 6. So since I want the birds, I'm going to turn it over so that when I'm cutting, so 5 3/4, I said. No, that's not right. 3 3/4. By just shy of 6. No, I am the owner of scrapadabadoo.com. And all of these products that I am using can be found in the store. Okay, so now we have the lovely birds. I know, June Marie, I used to have a cat, but once he went away, we decided we didn't want to do cats. Oh. And okay, so we got our first flap covered. When you fold it over, we got the pansies on this side, and then we've got a pocket here with the pansies down below, and then we've got a pocket here, and we've got a flap here for journaling. I don't think I'm going to do a pocket there. And then we've got another pocket here. Okay, so one down, one to go. Lots to go. So this one is already a pocket, and it can hold lots of things. And so for this one, we've got the roses on the outside of it. So let's see what kind of paper. I think I'm going to back the big part, and I'm going to put that one in black. That way it should make the paper on the other side of it stand out. And so this pocket measures in at 5.5, so we'll cut it at 5 3/4 by 5 3/8. So with our black paper, 5 3/8 by 5 1/4. And with the black paper, I find that there is really no need to ink the edges because it doesn't show up. Okay, so yeah, I like that. And then we'll add a pattern paper on the top of it. Carol Renee is Carol too. Okay, so we're just going to center that on here. Okay, and I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut black for here, and then we'll put pattern paper over the top of it. And you guys, I'm just winging this. I don't really have a plan as far as what I'm going to do, so I'm just kind of doing it as I go. So I'm going to go 2 3/8 by 5 3/8. By the time we're done, okay, so I'm just going to have to cut this one at 2 3/8. 1, 2, 3. I want to cut that down just a smidge. So when you get your pockets together, you'll have to measure all of your pockets because you just have to make sure that it fits yours, because sometimes they're folded different or sometimes they're made different. So be sure that you measure each one of your pockets. Now go by my measurements because they may not fit your inserts because of the way that they're folded and all that. So be sure to do that. Okay. Oh, hang on, ladies. I got FedEx here. All of the new Graphic 45 goodies just came in. You want me to open the box and show you? I did. You guys want to see? Here, let's take a quick little break and I'll open one of the boxes. Or maybe I'll open both of them. Are you ready? Let's see what they sent me. This is stuff that I ordered at CHA that is just now coming in. Oh, look, paper. Who wants paper? Okay. Let's see. We have the shabby chic metal door plates and knobs. We've got them in silver and in a dark. No, we've already gotten the paper. These are all just the little goodies that we got. Okay, and here's their keys. And we got them in 2 different colors. Got to take them out of the plastic. Okay, so that was box number 1. Oh, that was it for Graphic 45. These are my papers from Heartfelt Creations. Might as well open them too. And these are papers that we've had. And these are the Sugar Hollow papers. They're yummy. Okay, so I guess that was all I got of the Graphic 45 new stuff that I ordered. There should be more coming. Okay, let's get back to work. We thank you for this interruption. Okay, so now let's find a good paper to go on the top. We want something bright and that matches the roses that we put on there. And I think this is the other half of that paper, so I think we're going to incorporate it into that. So I think that's the one we're going to use. I know. Yes, it was a quick peek. The coffee ones are my favorite. I'll have those listed by the end of the evening tonight. So the inside ones we're gonna cut at 5 1/4 by 2 1/8. But I think I want to do my big part first. So let me write that down. 5 1/4 by 2 1/8. So the square pad, we're going to cut at 5 by 5 1/8. Yeah, it shipped out today. Ooh, that gives me all the roses on that for the big pocket. And I like the black back behind it because it really makes it stand out. So let's go ahead and ink. Yeah, the Sizzix leather paper is really fun to use. Kind of opened it and played with it a little, but not a whole lot. And I think on this one, oh, I can't turn it because I didn't cut it right. Darn it. Okay, we'll just have to go with plan A. And I think I'm going to have to change my tape runner. Yep. Oh no, am I out? Nope. Joanne, we've kind of done away with the design team. I just found that being a store and carrying so many products that it was just really difficult to make sure that I was getting stuff to people so that they could design, because there was just so much. And so we follow a few crafters and carry some of their products, Xandra, Ashley, and myself. But for the most part, having a design team was just a whole lot more work. And I just didn't feel like I was getting things to them in a timely fashion and having it work out. So we love all the ladies that have designed for us, but yeah, that's just the way it worked out. Joanne, on our Facebook page, we have different challenges, and yeah, it is only me too, Bunny, and that makes it difficult, especially when I'm also trying to take care of my mom, and in the summertime we've got Dan's mom and dad to help out. So it stays kind of busy, and it's really hard to get things in and out. Okay, so my top piece needed to be 5 1/4 by 2 1/8. And I think we're just going to stick with this. And that's kind of cute because it says postal cards. So that'll go on the top of that one. That'll be really cute. And it's great because I can manage to get all the orders out and everything, and keep up with all that, and do some designing and some card making and that. So it just works out better. But if you buy things from us and you make stuff and want to put it on the Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo Facebook page, would love to have you do that too. And you can just tag the products that you use in there. Will someone put the link to the Facebook page up there? Oh, that turned out really cute. Where it's got the, see where it says postal? So it looks like a little envelope. Isn't that cute? Okay, so the way we're going to do a closure for this one is I took, hang on one second, let me grab. Okay. I do have my coffee. So we're going to make our closures here. And this is the Fiskars Thick Punch. It's the 1-inch circle. And I like it because it punches through chipboard. Oh, you know what? I don't want to make it that big. I want the smaller one. Hang on. Yes, I want the 1/2-inch one. And this punches through chipboard just lickety-split. I love these. Okay, so then I'm going to take a piece of my pattern paper, and I think I'll go with the dark pattern on this. And I'm just going to punch out a couple of circles here. And then we're going to glue the paper to the top. And I always use the Pioneer glue stick to glue paper to chipboard. It sticks, it doesn't pull off, and it just works really well. And we're just going to glue those on. Clean off the sides a little bit. And then I'm going to ink all the way around the edges to cover up the chipboard. I don't know about you guys, but I like to craft standing up quite a bit of the time. I feel like I can get to things faster. Okay. So then I'm going to take my big bite and I'm going to line my circle up the best I can in there to center it. Oh, that's so. Take a look. Looks pretty good. And I'm just going to punch a hole in the center. And then I'm going to line this one up here. And I'm just going to bring it down back through the center of that one, so I've got them both cut at the same one. So then I'm going to figure out where I want my tie to go, because we're going to make a tie. And the way I do mine is I take a brad, and then I take an eyelet. Okay, those are the same color. And I'm going to put my brad in this way. Oop. Is that backwards? Oh, it is. Okay, it is. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to put my brad in, and then I'm going to invert my eyelet on the back, so that instead of it coming up through the hole, and I think that gives it enough lift to where you put it on, you can get your string back behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole in my, where's my little hole punch? Huh, guess I just have to use my big bite and hope that it's not too and I want it about halfway up the page. Yep, this isn't going to work. Okay, hang on. I got to go find my little hole punch. I'll be right back. I'm not being very good at watching the chat today. Okay, so that's not going to reach where I want it to reach either. Plan C. Okay, I'm just going to punch a hole like that. And then once we get it on, we'll do the bottom one. Joanne, I have inherited the antique trunk from my in-laws that have all of their pictures growing up from my father-in-law and my mother-in-law. And I am going to go through and find my mother-in-law's pictures and put it in there. And you know what? What am I? Her birthday is May 5th. So I was kind of hoping to get this done before then. So then we're going to open this up. Did you guys see how I put that in there? So I put the brad through, and on the underneath side of it is your inverted eyelet. And I just ran the brad through. And now I want to tap it down a little bit. Make sure that the brad is open as much as it possibly can be. Okay, so now we can cover that side of the paper. And I think for some contrast, I'm going to use a green string to put it in. So I'm just going to make a loop to where I can pull it tight. You guys see what I'm doing? Okay, so then I've just made a loop. You know what I did? I put the paper on upside down, or I used that. Hang on. What am I doing? I used one that the paper wasn't covered. Silly girl. My hole isn't very well centered. Okay, so let's try this again with the right stuff. So we're going to put the brad through. Yeah. Why didn't you say something? Then we're going to invert our eyelet. And now we're going to put it in the back. And you know, I'm going to actually, I think I need a longer brad. Hang on, let me see if I have one with longer legs. Might have to go and get some of the Tim Holtz long brads to do that with. Nope, this one will work. Doesn't give you much to go through the paper, but it'll be enough because once you put your paper on, it won't pull off. There we go. All right. So now we can put our string on that and pull it tight. And then we'll just trim off the one end of it. Okay? So I'm not going to cut this string yet until we get our other one on the bottom side. And it'll be a little more difficult. I know, I need longer legs too. So let's go ahead and get our second one on. I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, so I want it down about there, but I am not going to, well, yes I am. I'm going to put the inverted. Okay, I think I found one with longer legs. It's a little too big. So guys, think I have enough of these little brads? Makes it difficult to find the size you need though. So maybe I'll just pour some out. No, I think I found one. Okay, I found one. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. And then you're putting the eyelet on upside down. I don't know if you can see that. But there's the round part that would typically come through. You're putting that side down so that it goes in and it gives a lift to what you're doing. Okay, so now we're going to mark where we want this to close. I think right about there is good. And I am going to just take my poker thing and just poke a hole. So it's kind of difficult. Let me zoom back out. You're going to have to reach your hand down in this pocket and go to where you marked that. Ooh, this paper's tough. Don't want to be jamming it through the whole book. Okay, there it goes. All right. So then you're going to take your assembly here. And you're going to put it through the hole. Maybe. There it goes. And then you're going to open up that eyelet in the back. Huh? It is very thick paper. Okay, and you just have to work at getting that brad closed. And then once you get it opened, once you get it open, you can just push down on it and it will go the rest of the way. So then we're just going to wind our string around this a few times and cut it off, and there's our closure. So, kind of quick and easy once you get the hang of it and you get all the right parts and pieces. So let me pick up a few of these things, get them back out of our way so we can keep going. We're making good time. So what are you all working on? Yeah, if you have brads with longer legs, the longer the legs, the better. Just reaches further in. So, our next pocket is this one. And I wasn't sure how I liked this being left to flap open, but I think it works out okay. So I'm not going to add any more magnets to it. Hi, Galena. Okay, so we've got the bigger rose on this page, so it looks like we're keeping the rose theme going here. So let's see what we can cover this one with. I'm almost thinking to make a contrast. Oh, where did my... that I might want to introduce the green cardstock here to pull out the color of the leaves in the paper and some of that. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is cover all of these in the green, and then we'll put paper on top of it. So each one of these for the cardstock, we're going to cut it 5 3/8 by 4. And I think I want all 3 that size, so while I'm cutting... Yep. Oh, there's 4 of them. Yep. So we're going to cut 4 pieces of green at 5 3/8. Actually, I'm going to cut the 4 first so that I can get 3 pieces out of that. By 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Our recipes are starting to come in. I've gotten 2 sets of them so far. One, 2, 3. I'm not quite sure. It is kind of a sagey green. There's a cardstock pack that I put in with the, with this under my name for the project. You know, I had a couple weeks there where I was in a slump too. Just couldn't even sit down and do a card. So I went out and bought coloring books. and my granddaughter came to stay, and her and I spent our evenings watching movies and coloring, and boy, that just really helped me want to just jump back into getting some stuff done. So I was able to get all my recipes done, and a little gift to go in each one of those, and finished up the invitations to my niece's her wedding shower, and got a lot of the gifts done for the giveaways for the shower. So we're going to go ahead and put these on. And I'll start with this one. You know, I tried watching YouTube and looking through Pinterest and all that to kind of spark it, but it just didn't do it. Nothing I saw was like, oh, I gotta make that. It was like, that looks like too much trouble. Yes. And don't buy these at Michael's with your 40% off coupon, because you'll still pay more than what the manufacturer suggested retail price is. I was amazed at what they charge for one of these, and even with a 40% coupon, it was more than what I sell it for at Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo. Okay. So we got our green paper on. So let's go back and find some papers to put on top of these. And so we got our rose here. So I'm thinking something that'll match that. I like that one, so I think I'll use that one there. I don't like that one. Oh, I gotta save that one. That one says, "Sweet sunny smile, the sweet sunny smile of my darling." That's so cute. I'll use that on a page for when I'm doing the pictures where my mother-in-law and father-in-law met. They met in high school. I don't like those together. I think I need to stay on the darker palette. Yeah, but we aren't advertising Amazon on here, Galena. This is for Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo. So let's advertise for Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo on here. Okay, I'm not finding ones that I really like in here. Ooh, I think this is the one. I think I'll use all of this. I think it's the match to that paper. So one thing, folks, this is a show that is for scrapadabadoo.com, and so we'd like to keep all our suggestions or people sending people to the store instead of to Amazon or other places. Okay. So this one we're going to cut at 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. I think I want it from this side. Oh, heck. I'm going to cut a little piece off so that I get more of the rose on it. By 5 1/8, I can get 2 of the 4 out of this one. Oh man, that's too small. Okay, I'm gonna go for a full piece. Okay. Gonna measure again, because I messed that one up pretty good. No, Joanne, I don't have that one, but we have a masking fluid from Fine Line. So it is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to go to 3 3/4 here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hang on. What am I doing? Three 3/4. Okay, let's see if this one is it. Bingo, we have a winner. By 5 1/4. Okay. So I think we got it this time. Third time's a charm. Yeah, I like the green color too. Makes it a little bit brighter with the darker color papers. So, like I said, next week on Tuesday, after Gwen's show, I will come back on and hopefully be able to finish this up. Ooh, sounds fun, Carrie. We had a wonderful evening last night. My oldest son had texted me and asked me how far we had gotten along on the deck. And so I sent him a picture and said, this far. And then I just jokingly said, or he asked if we were going to work on it when Dan got home. And I said, oh yeah, it's going to be an every night thing until we get it done. And then I put a question mark in there, want to come help? And I didn't hear back from him. And so then all of a sudden I get a text and he said, on my way. Bye, June Marie. So he came and helped his dad for the evening tear some of the deck off, and I had done some stuff for shish kebabs, and so he stayed for dinner and we got to visit, and it was so fun. We don't often get him on his own without the entire family. And so it was so nice. 5 3/8. And he stayed until about 9 o'clock last night. And we had to laugh because it's so funny to listen to your kids' perspectives on being parents and the things that their kids are doing, and you just laugh and listen to their tales. What is this? The inside seems to be shorter. It does, it does. So it's 5 1/4. Why would that be? But they always say that grandchildren are a parent's best revenge. And it is so true. It's funny. Yeah, I think it's nice for him too. The kids were at Taekwondo last night, and so they weren't going to be home anyway. So the insides of these ones seems to be a little bit smaller than the outside. So make sure that when you're doing it, that you measure to make sure they fit. I know, and you know, it's so nice to be a grandparent because you don't have all the stress of having to do all of the daily routine homework and you know, all that kind of stuff. You just get to relax and enjoy the kids while they're here, and they seem to be a bit more relaxed. Okay. All right, those are good to go. He is a sweet son. But I really think he had alternative motives too, because while he was here, he was talking about needing to build a work shed out in his backyard. And so he was, when I thanked him, he said, oh, you know, you guys will get your chance. You guys can come down and help me when we do this. Oh, I laughed. So that'll be fun. I'll get to play with the grandkids more than I help build anything. Okay, so we've got all our papers on. And let's take a look. I think I want to do the same thing I did here. But I think I'm going to bring the black over onto this page as a contrast for the lip. And then find a nice piece of paper to go on it. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So the lip is 5 3/8 by 1 3/4. Perfect. We don't need to do that. Yep, I like that. And then let's see if we can find another decorative piece. Maybe one of those pieces I messed up on will work. Oh yeah, put that rose right, well, it's a little short. It's a little short. Darn. Okay, but this one's gonna work. Don't have long legs, Heather? You know what? It's just going to end up being a little short. I'll cut it with a wider... No. I don't think I could live with that. Maybe I could. Let's try it. It's only paper, right? So we're going to go 1 1/4. And I think I want the rose part there. 1 1/4. Bigger part of the rose. Sometimes it's really hard to cut into pretty paper. But then once you do, and you start making something that looks so much better with the paper cut and added to it. And you think, why did I hesitate to even cut that paper? Yeah, or a punch. And I cut that one too small. Okay, I'm not having much luck. Okay, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. And then I'm going to cut another piece. And I'm going to get a border punch. And I'm going to border punch. But which one do I want, ladies? How about this Martha Stewart one? I know we've all got a Martha Stewart punch somewhere, right? It needs to be 5 1/4 long. And then we'll punch the edge. Thanks for the suggestion, Joanne. I never think about using my border punches. And they always look so pretty when they're done. So here we were thinking Martha Stewart is going out of business. And they're selling off all her punches and everything. And then we find that she's got a few new ones coming out. So I wasn't sure. I thought maybe they just had them in the works before they decided to close that down. I'm just going to snip the edges off of these two end pieces so that they're rounded. And then I'm going to cut it at 1 5/8. Let's try that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you flapping in the wind, Heather? Oh, look, that is beautiful, don't you think? Good job, Joanne. Great suggestion. Yep, that's the perfect touch. I always forget about those punches. Always, always. And I probably have every one she ever made, because there was a point when we first started that Barry had to have all of the Martha Stewart punches. And so when she would order them for the store, it'd be one for her, one for me, and 6 for the store. So just, and it looks good with the black too. Center it on here. What do you think? Perfect touch. Goes well with it. Okay, so we got that flap done. So now let's see if we can get this one in before it's time to say adios. And I am saving all my bits and pieces because there'll be butterflies and stuff like that that I want to punch out and add to. Yep, that flap is done. We're flopping in the wind. Yeah, I think I will. I know. So I have to remember that I have those. So we've got the pink roses and butterflies over here. So let's try and find a paper that will match it but doesn't. That's not it. Gotta save our cutout sheets. And I think, oh no, I think I can get away with that and just make a bigger border with one of the papers that are left. So let's see what I got here. Oh, let's do this one. What do you think of that? And I think I'm going to put the red paper behind it so that it makes the red over here pop out. So I think that's what I'll do first, is do a red. I don't have a cream color, not with this that we have, but I'll use the red. Okay. So this pocket is going to be 6 1/8 by 6 1/4. I think this is going to be so beautiful when it's done. Okay, let's ink it. So I have to admit, I have one full set of this paper in hiding because it's too beautiful. So I got one set for this project, and then I got another set just in case. Okay, so that works good. But I didn't get 4 of every one of them like Ashley did. Ashley got 4 of each one. Oh, I need to get that punch stuff off of here. It's popping into my tape. But then I think she used all 4 of them. I'm having a hard time seeing this like that, where my lines are, so I'll open it up a little bit. Makes it easier to see, to put it on. No, we can't keep secrets here. Okay, so then let's get our butterflies. And I want to figure out, there's about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to cut it 1/4 of an inch shorter. So I'm going to go 6. Leave it just the width it is and just cut it off. She does. And she uses it, which is, I don't think she hoards it. I got white space on here. Yeah, you know what? Ink will cover that. So by 6. And I mean, she can do some amazing work. And the way she puts things together. And she is so super sweet. And Gwen, okay, Gwen is another one that can just really make things amazingly beautiful. She likes the construction part. Gwen does, likes to construct things. But when she decorates, she's just got an eye for the elements and everything to add to it that is just amazing. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. What do you think? I think I like that. I like it a lot. So this is already made into a pocket here. And so is this. So I'm going to add paper down inside. And in keeping with that, I think but I don't think I want the red behind this one. Maybe, should I use the green on this one? Because there is some green right in here on that. Let's hold up a piece of the green and see what it looks like. Can't really tell. Oh, you know what? The red might look good with this too. I think I like the red. What about black? So if I use black here, I have to use black here. Oh, what to do? In black? Okay, so black it is. Oh, oh wait, you say red? So I have to do it all in red. And then do this part in black? Okay, we'll work that out. Okay, so we're going to do red. So that's what we're going to do. So it's 6. I'm not going to put it all the way down in the pocket because you'll never see it. So I'm going to go 4 by 6 on the black. Oh, on the red. We want red. Okay, we're doing red. Four by 6. Okay, so I'm going to do this side in red too. We'll just keep this going in red. So this is 6 and 3/8 by 5. Okay, got our 2 pieces cut. Yeah, and then I think I'll take after the border punch, I take a strip of some of the pattern paper and put just a little bit over top of the black where we punch it. Good idea. Thanks for your participation. Okay. I think this is going to look fabulous. Okay. Okay, and then we wanted this piece on top of that. But I don't think we need the whole thing since it's down in a pocket. Cut it at 3 3/4. What made you stop doing videos, Joanne? I know things have changed. Yeah, I was pushed. I really like that. So let me find a piece that'll go on the other side. I don't like that with the roses. That piece is a little too small. So I gotta get something that I can put in that won't be directional. Oh, that'll be good. Right in there, that center part. I can do that. So I need to cut it at 6 1/4 by about 4 1/2. Who pushed me? You all pushed me. Ashley pushed me. Barry pushed me. So I want it to be 4 1/2 this way. And with the butterfly. My 6 1/4. You know, we don't need it, Joanne, but we do follow people that buy products from us and use it for their projects. And we promote your show and all that good stuff. But we don't need anybody to do that for us. We just, oh, I like that. Except I'm going to turn it over to where it's not upside down. Except, okay, then the butterfly's upside down. No, the that's going to be upside down because the rest of it isn't. But if you're streaming and you have a show and, you know, want us to support us and want us to support you, it's kind of a two-way street. Oh, crooked. Don't push. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Be nice. Be nice. That'd be great, Joanne. We like all playing together. Okay, so here we go with the black. Let me see if I've got any smaller pieces of black laying around in my piles of mess here. How is it that we end up working in a 2-inch square? Carrie, will you come clean my kitchen? Please? Okay, so 3 by... I want that all the way to the edge. By 6 1/4. What time is it there, Heather? Well, I thought you said you'd work for scrap supplies. I have lots of scrap supplies. I think I'm going to cut it down some because I don't want it hanging over the top of the pocket. So I think I'll just take a skosh off the bottom of that. Yum! Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I want to find... I think that's too small. Why? Not sure I like that rose because it doesn't really blend in. That one's too small. Not sure I really like that one. So I gotta find a piece that's at least long enough. Oh, we'll find it. These are too short. I don't think I like that. Not sure though. Hang on, let me keep going. These are all too short. These are in the wrong direction. Let me keep looking till I find my pink rose. Hang on. That's a possibility. I don't like that one. So turn the punch over. I think I need to cover, I think I need something back behind this black. I think I need to add the red down here first. And then maybe just use a strip of red across that. Because it's not popping out. Okay, hang on, let me read. The page on the left. This is the left. So, okay. I'm thinking that this needs to have something back behind it. The page before it, this one? But I don't want to put anything at the top there. I'm just going to put a little picture in the corner here. Okay. So I think I'm going to just add the red down in here. So I'm going to go 2 and 7/8 on this one. Ooh, I think I need a new blade. Mine is starting to get dull. So I'm going to put that on. Then I'm going to cut this down to be the same size as this one. Oh, we're running a little over. Is that okay with you guys? It won't be much longer. I just got these 2 flaps to finish. Okay, so I like that. And then I think I'm just going to add that. And we'll be good to go. Then we'll come back and embellish on the top of it so it'll look good later too. I don't want unfinished flaps either. Yeah, I'm still not convinced with this one, but might have to come. Well, I think once I come back and embellish it, it'll still be okay. The words weren't going the wrong direction. That would be nice. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to cut into another piece of paper. Oh, I think I'm going to like this. Yep, that's it. And I want it to be 2 inches, 2 by 6. Eureka, I found it. Yep, I like that. I'm happy with that. perfect. So I'm just going to use the red on this one. And it's 1 3/4 by 6 1/4. Oh, Joanne, no worries. I like having suggestions because sometimes, you know, it's kind of like making dinner. It's when you're the one always making the decision on what to make for dinner. Sometimes you run out of ideas. Well, it's the same thing with crafting, is, you know, to have feedback and to work out the things. It all ends up being good. Yeah, that's too short. Too short. But the writing on this one is going the right way. So I think I'm going to use that one. So we're gonna 1 1/2 by 6. Almost thinking instead of the black, I should have punched it in a light green, though. But I'll put a black element over here somewhere. And then we'll be good to go. Okay. I like that. Then when we come back, we're going to add embellishments and things like that. Okay, so there's our next pocket. So what do you think? Okay, so let's go back and look at what we've gotten done. Okay, so our first pocket, or our first flap, we've got the birds on the other side. And then we've got pockets here, and we'll add pictures and elements here so the red won't be as bright. And then we've got our pocket and our journaling flap here, and another place for journaling. And then we've got our string tie envelope here. Oh, you know what? I'll find a piece. I forgot to put one here, but I'll just add a piece and show you what I did. And then we've got our pocket here that we can add things into. And then we did this pocket with the green background. Oh, same thing here. I forgot this piece. So we've got that. And then our last one we did, we've got our pocket here and our pocket here and our front flap. Okay. Once again, this is Carol with Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo. The Heartfelt Creations books and the flip pockets and the Blue Fern Studio timeless paper and everything you can find in the store. And if you go to the store and you go to Designers We Follow, and it will say Carol's Corner, you will find that everything that I have used so far is listed in the category under the Heartfelt Creations Flip Fold album. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Carol, Heather, thank you so much for modding and putting up all the links. I really appreciate it. And I am going to come back and follow Gwen next Tuesday. So that'll be Tuesday. And when she's done, we'll take about a half-hour break. And then I will come on and see if we can't get at least the rest of these covered and done, because we still got a long way to go. And I mean, look at this. We've still got so much room in this album. Look at all those gaps that we can just add so much more to. So it is fun to be on here. I thank you for joining me and participating and all your positive feedback and help and everything else. So we will see you next Tuesday. You all have a great rest of your week. Take care. Bye-bye.